Hey guys, it's Magda. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build. So, today I am building in the world of Chestnut Ridge, which is actually the world that came with the expansion pack, the Horse Ranch expansion pack, not too long ago. It's going to be a set of trailers, which I am thinking that one of them will be for a set of grandparents, and then the other one I'm thinking maybe for their younger granddaughter. I really had fun playing with the storyline, and I really embarked like their personalities into the actual trailers with the decoration. I had a lot of fun with the idea or the concept behind it. Both of them do have both of them do have two bedrooms and just one bathroom. For the grandparents, with that additional bedroom, I actually kind of decorated for maybe like a guest bed or a guest suite, guest bedroom. I'm thinking that maybe they save it for whenever their other grandkids come over. I put like I want to say it's just a single bed, a twin bed, and a desk in that additional bedroom for their trailer. And then in this trailer for the granddaughter, I'm thinking that maybe she's like an influencer or she is just very active on social media. Maybe she's a YouTuber or a vlogger. And the reason I say that is because in the additional bedroom for her trailer, I wouldn't say I know for sure I put a computer and a set of lights with also like the clothes rack. So maybe leaning more towards the influencer side. And yeah, I had a lot of fun playing with that idea. They both do have kind of like a back porch, I guess you could say. For the grandparents' trailer, they have a back porch directly behind the trailer. But then for the granddaughters, I do kind of like a side porch, which actually ends up being really big, taking up most of that space in between the two trailers. So I actually added a pool in that porch, and I really liked it because I feel like given the world that I'm building, I feel like it tends to get very hot. So yeah, I feel like it would have been perfect to add a pool there. But yeah, I had a lot of fun just playing with the idea or like the storyline of it being grandparents and this granddaughter. I don't think I add too much landscaping. I know I do a tree right where those rocks are, and I think I do a like debug car for both driveways. But yeah, I just thought it was like a really neat idea. Because I really want to play more with the whole like rent feature that we have now with the game. So building in one lot with having different like renters and families. Um, so yeah, I feel like it kind of goes along with that to a certain extent because I'm thinking that they are family or even if they're not, family, I feel like it's a good storyline. Maybe the other trailer, maybe it is a set of like an older couple and they have this additional trailer and they just rent it out to this person. So yeah, I really liked it. And moving on into the actual floor plan for the trailer, they are very similar. The only thing that for the grandparents trailer, I do split up like the living space with just a half wall in the kitchen, and it kind of eliminates space for having like a proper eating area. I do have enough room to set a small table near one of the walls. But yeah, I kind of liked more of this floor plan just because it kind of granted more space to play with and adding more things. One thing that I did want to do for this kitchen is you see me kind of playing with it, which is like adding an island right there, right in front of the fridge. I really wanted to do it, but I felt like it looked awkward for some reason. You see me play with it here some more in just a moment. I wanted to make sure that I got the living room placed where I wanted it to be. And at first, I wanted it to be here on this wall, but I do move it to where that window is in just a moment. And yeah, I just wanted everything to flow nicely. I didn't want it to be, I don't know, because I feel like sometimes when you add certain furniture pieces in certain areas, it kind of blocks like ways of path, like walking. I don't know. I see this girl on TikTok where she will post videos of like the best like floor plans or way to place furniture like layouts in the living room. And I think like people uh if y'all hear that, just full disclaimer, that is my puppy, which he's sleeping right now. So that was not me snoring or breathing heavy. That is him. Um, but yeah. Anyways, um, um, what I was saying is I wanted it to flow nicely where it wasn't, I don't know, where it didn't look awkward. So I really liked how the living room was set up here. I feel like it looked really nice, and I still wanted to add something to where like more working space in the kitchen, I guess you could say. And I really wanted to add a table, but I don't know. I just feel like it looked awkward, so I just left it out. And the living room, how it is now, it pretty much stays the way it is. I want to say I just add like some more decor pieces here in just a moment, making sure that everything is placed to where I wanted it to be. And yeah, I want to say I do some towels here in the kitchen and start adding some clutter items. For some reason, when I built the side porch, which is on like the other side of that window right there, some of the items did get deleted. I want to say it was like the plant and maybe the trash can. It was some other stuff that I do go back and place again, but I think I placed some more items, so it might look a little bit different for in the screenshots from what you're seeing right now. But yeah, I feel like I had a lot of fun playing with the colors in this build because I used a lot of pastel colors and I feel like a lot of, I don't know, a lot of soft colors. And yeah, I really liked how it came out overall. I want to say I also decorate the front porch here in just a moment. Um, Originally I was not gonna have that big of a side porch for this trailer. So for the front porch, I added like a little table like to eat there. And I want to say like a chair, a rocking chair. So in my head, I was thinking that this is like the space where they spend, maybe like mornings, where they have their coffee and whatnot. But yeah, you'll see that here in just a moment. One thing that I really enjoy doing is placing these curtains, which the pink ones I want to say came from Island Living, and those white ones, oh, I want to say growing together. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I really liked it. I feel like it made it a little bit different. It made it pop some more. I don't know if that's something that you could um, describe it, but yeah, I really liked it. So I finished up cluttering the inside of the entryway. I want to say I just add maybe like another basket and maybe the umbrella rack. I'm not too sure if that's included in here. But yeah, I move on now to the porch. And for the porch, I really like this rug that came from the For Rent expansion pack. It's very realistic to what we would have in the real world, which would normally say like welcome or something. Yeah, I really like it, and placing it on top of that yellow rug, I don't know. I feel like it makes it pop some more. And overall, I really like how the porch came out. Again, not thinking that I was actually going to build a bigger porch. I was thinking that this was pretty much going to be it. I knew that I was going to have like the back entry or like the side entry, but I figured it was just going to be like another exit. I didn't really think that I was going to make a pool just yet, until I actually got to that part and I was like, hey, I have the space. Why not? So yeah, so I want to say I just add the rug and I go in here in just a moment and start in the actual main bedroom. And the overall color scheme of the whole space, I feel like flows very nicely. Everything looks like it belongs in this home. This main room, I feel like has a lot of space. I had trouble decorating the left wall. Once you come in, I really didn't add much. I know I added a couch and the small standing dresser or like tall dresser that came with the for rent expansion pack, which is really pretty. But yeah, I feel like it just kind of flowed. Everything flowed very nicely. I want to say I add an art easel, but I don't think I do it on camera. I think it is in the screenshots, but I don't know if I do it here on camera. Like I said, I don't know why I had trouble decorating her bedroom. I feel like because most of the items that will probably be used are in her actual like office space. So I really didn't have much to add here. Um, just the mirror, the art piece. I want to say all of that stays there, or maybe not. Maybe it's just included in the screenshots. I know for sure I add more items on that wall. I just felt like it looked too empty. So you'll see that here in just a moment. Um, but yeah, for the bathroom, I wanted to make sure that there was going to be plenty of space to actually add a shower and the toilet. So that's why you saw me go into that bathroom and make sure that there was actually going to be space, just because I cut out that one piece of wall. So it kind of goes into like a diagonal in the actual bathroom, which I did play test. I didn't have any issues with them coming out of the shower. So hopefully you guys won't have any issues. But if you do, I feel like you can just kind of fix that one wall piece and just make it to where it's a straight angle instead of it being a diagonal, if that makes sense. But yeah, so here I am working in her working space, which I for some reason have a lot of trouble using the that shelf that came with one of the kits. I am awful with names, so I can't tell you the exact name, but it's the one that came with all the like pastel and like kind of funky colors, strawberries and stuff. Which I really am a big fan of the rugs that came with that kit. But for some reason, as much as I would want to use this shelf, I feel like it's very bulky. And then also the specific type of design that it is, I feel like it doesn't really fit in every type of like um build. So whenever I have a chance to use it, I make sure I use it because it's a pretty shelf. I love all the details on it, like the clutter items and even the flowers that are on the side. But it's just I find myself having a difficult time actually using it in my builds. So really glad that I did that. But yeah, onto the bathroom now. Really not much to it. I still did the whole pastel colors. And yeah, just kind of kept it simple. Again, I did not have any issues playing with the build overall. But yeah, if you guys run into any issues, I mean, y'all are welcome to delete or move anything that y'all are needing to be fixed. But yeah, so here I do move on for the porch. Now, I had trouble because the trailer is like on an at an angle, so it's like on a diagonal. It was hard placing the stairs for some reason, and hopefully they change this um in the future, like in one of the updates. We aren't able to place the stairs directly like straightforward whenever you build this way. Um, of course, it's probably not an easy fix, especially with it being like, on the grid. I understand that it can get a little bit, tricky, but hopefully that's something that they can fix just because whenever we do build like this, it's kind of hard to place the stairs without it looking awkward. But I feel like I made it work for both set of stairs. And yeah, I really liked how it came out overall. Um, but yeah, moving on now into the grandparents trailer. I didn't want it to be exactly like the trailer that for the granddaughter. I wanted it to be, different. Of course, I knew that it was gonna look the same to a certain extent. Um, being that they both have two bedrooms and just one bathroom, but I wanted the living space to look a little bit different. And I feel like I sacrificed the proper dining space for that just because right in front of that door, the sliding door, is where I place the table. Which I feel like looks fine. I feel like maybe they downsized. Maybe they did have a bigger house at one point and, didn't necessarily need the space. So they opted out for something smaller for them. And I really like how the decor came into play here, just because it's a completely opposite from the granddaughter's trailer. I feel like here I use a lot of more darker tones when it came to the decorating. So a lot of darker colors and mix matching different sets of furniture and playing with prints as well. I really like that. And I feel like this is kind of out of my comfort zone. I feel like sometimes I may place items that I feel like are clashing, but I feel like realistically, especially for like grandparents' homes, I feel like they're full of different types of decor pieces that maybe they have gained, throughout their life, whether, it may be gifted to them or, you know, passed down from generations. Um, and obviously, with time, like, um, the decor pieces and stuff change. And I feel like a lot of the times, they keep the stuff that they originally, have. And I don't know, I feel like there's some type of beauty to it, which I feel like for some reason I struggle incorporating all of that into a build. But I feel like I really liked how everything came out in this trailer. I feel like everything meshed well together, even though, there might be certain prints or certain things that you necessarily wouldn't put together. I don't know if that makes sense, but I really like it. Um, and I mean, this is a good example right here. Like the chair has cow print on it, and then I have like florals and stuff on the rug, or I don't know. I really liked it. I feel like their personalities came into play. Um, but yeah, I closed off the hallway and I wanted to add like a set of French doors, but I feel like it was too much going on. I want, yeah, just do like a regular opening there. And yeah, I feel like I really didn't clutter too much like the entryway. I feel like because there is so much going on, I didn't want to overdo it. And then again with the kitchen, I feel like I could have added some more clutter items, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like everything came out really nice because I feel like the rest of the house is a little bit more cluttered. I didn't want to overdo it again when it came into the kitchen. So I want to say I just placed like the basics, a plant, a microwave, the cutting boards, and I want to say that's pretty much it. I add some curtains to the window, and I think I placed the keys from base game, the decor piece on the wall, right in between the window and the living room wood post. I don't know if that's what you say it. But yeah, I just kind of just left it like that, and I don't know. I feel like there's certain styles that I tend to go for a lot when I'm building. which most of the time end up being like minimal and like modern decor. So whenever I try to build certain things, I feel like I try to push myself out of my comfort zone. Um, yeah, just to kind of get those creative juices flowing. And I feel like I really did accomplish that here in this trailer. So, moving on into the grandparents' bedroom now. I really wanted to use this bed that came with cottage living, but I don't know. I feel like it wasn't really going with the style of like the rest of the house. It wasn't really meshing. So, I ended up choosing this one that came from the Horse Ranch expansion pack. I do use this dresser though that came from Cottage Living. I feel like that one suited the rest of the furniture pretty well. I placed a shelf here on the other side of the wall just to fill up some space. I want to say that's actually my favorite bookshelf in the game, which is actually from base game. You just have to do the cheat for ignore gameplay, unlocks entitlement, and you'll be able to place this bookshelf, which I really like because I feel like it's good filler for a wall that may need something else, but I like it because it doesn't take that much space. So it's a good shelf. But yeah, so just cluttering up the grandparents' bedroom, I feel like I really didn't place much besides this jewelry box and this clutter box that came from the clutter kit, I think. And yeah, kept it pretty simple. And I do move on into the bathroom here in just a moment, which I am pleased with how it came out. I feel like every room in this trailer, and I can say the same thing about the other trailer as well. Every room, I feel like looks like it belongs in the trailer. I don't know, everything just flowed throughout every room really nicely. I used the base game mirror and then the counter came from the for rent expansion pack. I want to say the same thing for the tile as well for the flooring. And yeah, I think I just do like that shelf piece that came from base game, a plant, and I move on now into the kids slash suite or guest bedroom, I guess you could say. Just add that base game bed. I add a desk. Um, I do want to say that I do not add clutter items on camera, but again, which tends to happen a lot whenever I go back and actually take screenshots, I always end up adding other things or maybe deleting certain things, but something always changes. And I do add some more clutter items on the desk, which is actually one of the vases that came. I don't know if it's base game or if it's in one of the kits, but I just kind of like sized it down and kind of like raised it a little bit to place on the shelf. And yeah, I really liked it. Moving on now into the backyard, I just add some I want to say I add the table on the back porch and a grill. And just add a little bit of landscaping, not too much, again, because it's so bare. I didn't want to overdo it. I wanted it to match with the rest of the lot. But yeah, we're coming here towards the end into the screenshots. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know of any suggestions or ideas that you may have down in the comments down below. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye!
Although it's easy to remember, it's as easy to forget. But it leaves you feeling down and filled with some regrets. All this trick of the memory, we call them good old days. Although sweet in the moment, it's poison for you. Listening to the same old tune as you heard before, you even knew the language. With every line it brought you back to where the summer never ended. Though it's easy to remember, it's as easy to forget that it leaves you feeling down and filled with some